Welcome to the Telehealth Certification Institute. I'm Ray Barrett, and today I am interviewing Christina Strayer. She's a doctorate-level licensed professional counselor. She's also a certified counselor in trauma procedures and an animal assisted therapist. She brings a unique approach to counseling with children, adolescents, and adults. She uses her sidekick, Betsy, but clients don't have to have a therapy dog in their session. However, therapy dogs are proven to assist clients in many therapeutic ways. Christina has a diverse background in counseling and in teaching. She works with, again, children, adults, adolescents, school staff. She also provides group sessions, and she also teaches on various topics. She graduated from the Counselor Education and Supervision program through Argosy University, and she attained both a master's in counseling and human development with a concentration in K-12 school counseling and a bachelor's in psychology from Radford University. So thank you, Christina, so much for being with us today and to share your experience with telemental health. So Christina took the full credentialing course in distance counseling, and then she just jumped right into it and started utilizing it with her clients, and also using animal assisted therapy in session through telehealth. So Christina, if you could just share with us, how you got started doing this, what got you interested in doing this?
Yes. So at the North Carolina Licensed Professional Counselors Annual Conference, I saw that the telemental health training was being provided by you, Ray, and I, had thought about opening my own practice, online. I was already doing EAP work online, but was looking for more training. They provided the training, with that program, but I just wanted more. And I also wanted to utilize my therapy dogs online. I was intrigued to see if the benefits with clients face-to-face would transfer to online as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Excellent. And what was it like for you to get started, like to have that first session? And how did you prepare for it? So you prepared one way, you prepared is getting the training.
As with Absolutely. The training was very, Ray, and thank you again. The training, I was at my age a little apprehensive with the training. My children always help me, with all the tech things at home, and so I was very, very pleased that the training was very easy. It was informational. And then applying the training was easy, and it just answered so many questions I would have had, for example, with HIPAA, and you provided, excellent, platforms to use. So it just made the transition to my own practice very, very easy.
Yeah, and what was that first session like, and how did it go? Was it a success?
Yes. And It was the first session, as with anything new, I was a little apprehensive. I was already doing the EAP work, but this was different, different platform and different, because it was my own practice. And then I was using the dogs as well. So I didn't know how they were going to react and how this was going to work, but it went very smooth. And the client also reported that it was a great session. So.
Okay. Yeah, when I think of animal assisted therapy, I think of, the client petting the dog,
right,
or holding the pet, being right there in the same room, and it kind of brings that comfort, being with the pet and petting the pet. We have a dog, and for all my kids, my wife and I, it brings us that comfort, you just petting the dog. But doing it virtually, seeing a dog, on screen, what kind of impact does that have on clients? How is that therapeutic for clients?
Right, in session, during the intake, when a client first enters the room and they see the dog, you can see their nonverbals. They just will, just will kind of melt, go, oh, and they'll start sharing their dog stories, and they'll, even when they see the dog before they pet the dog, you can just see, and then they'll transfer that trust onto you as the therapist. So especially with that risk use. But I'm finding too, with all ages online, just as in face-to-face practice, that they immediately start sharing their dog stories. They'll put the camera on their animal, and there's that instant rapport. They transfer.
It's so interesting about that, because when we got online to make sure that the system was working before we started recording, and you showed me your dog, I wanted to go get my dog.
Yes.
I wanted to go get her and show you, and exactly. I would have. But I was afraid she might bark during our recording, so I didn't. But otherwise, I would have. It's so interesting how that happens and how that connection is. It happens so quickly because of the connection through pets. That's really interesting. So your dog. So is Chloe available? Is Chloe there?
Yes, absolutely. Chloe, come here, Miss Chloe. Come on. Come here, Miss Chloe. Come on. Yes.
Now, it sounds like Chloe's a little dog, but Chloe's not a little dog.
Yes, she's laying down with her bones. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
Come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to try to put the camera on Chloe here.
Yeah.
Okay. So turn it around.
Chloe.
Hi, Miss Chloe. You want to say hi?
There's Chloe the helper.
Can you see her?
Yeah, she's so. She's pretty.
So if I pan out, let's see, there's no way to pan out. Let's see. Here we go. Can you say hi?
There's Chloe. Yes.
Yes.
She's a kisser. Therapeutic.
Yes.
Yeah, you just want to wrap your arms around her neck.
Yes, she is my 160-pound. Okay. She's trying to get my lap now on the floor.
Yeah. When you get down, she wants to jump in your lap.
Yes. So I have different dogs, Ray. I have, according, just like with my face-to-face clients, Betsy is on my online profile. She is a terrier mix, and that I rescued. So I use my dog's narrative, and I also pre-screen clients for phobias, just like I would face-to-face.
Okay.
And I use specific dogs. I have 3 therapy dogs at the time, and so I do find out which dogs they're more comfortable with. And I've even used my cats online, which I don't use my cats face to face because I'm in a practice with other clinicians, and there's a lot of allergies.
Yeah.
But I have cat people online, and they love it because I have one cat that actually, imagine that, thinks it's a dog, and he'll hop on your shoulder. So he'll lay on my shoulder when I do my sessions. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see how they'd be very therapeutic. I mean, it creates the atmosphere,
Yes.
Much more so than here with my pictures and drums and stuff. The pet definitely does that.
Yes.
So you're saying how it also helps clients open up with because you're a trauma specialist.
Yes.
And so having the pet there makes them feel safer, is it, to open up to their own trauma?
Absolutely. And I also use the animal's narrative. All of my animals are rescues and have different histories of abuse. So I will also use their story, and that makes the client relax and relate to that story too. And I can also use projection with the animal. For example, I might say, Chloe had a bad dream, or she might even start sleeping in session and whimpering, or, like dogs do when they're running. And I might even use projection and say, especially with PTSD clients. So, is there a time that you've had dreams like that, or what do you think Chloe is dreaming about? And so by their answers, you can evaluate what's going on for the client in their inner world.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Well, that's great. It makes me think I need to bring my dog into sessions.
Yes.
But before I do so, would it be important for me to be trained on that before I started having my dog in session? Like, are there important competencies?
Absolutely. I would recommend that you have training. Yes, I would recommend that you had training as if you were doing face-to-face, because you have to understand how to read the dog's nonverbals. The same protocols. Also, how to screen clients as well, because you don't want to all of a sudden have a cat or a dog and bring up a bad incident, for the client that they're not ready for. I've had a lot of clients in the past that have had been bitten by dogs, and are that have actually been able to overcome that gradually, but I wouldn't all of a sudden have a dog on the screen, right? So Pet Partners has a wonderful human handlers course. I highly recommend them. And then they also do therapy dog evaluation with your animal. So you do want a dog that you have control over. It's obedience trained, because you don't want the dog taking over the session either. So it does need to sit, lay down. Like Chloe will lay down with her bone when I tell her to lay down, because I don't want her to take the attention away from the therapy work either. So there's lots of local, I travel state to state and teach this. And I found that each state that I go in normally has a Pet Partners, but they're online. You just Google Pet Partners, and lots of great resources and handlers. And so you do want to, the ACA is coming out with core competencies. I think it's a draft right now, but you can look up ACA, Animal Assisted Therapy Competencies. So I do recommend that you shadow an animal assisted therapist. There are a lot of things that can happen in the moment with animals, and so you need to be trained on, what do I do with this information? What do I do in this situation? For example, what if Chloe has to use the bathroom? And as an emergency, my client needs to know that, I'm not abandoning you or leaving you, but if she needs to go out, I'm going to have to take a second, and I'm going to have to take care of her needs. And so, it just trains you in all of a sudden situations that might come up, but also in how to best match interventions with your client. So sometimes you're purposeful, sometimes you're structured, and sometimes you're unstructured too, because also as an animal plays, you can bring that into session as well. And if you'd like a short vignette, go ahead.
And what about, since you're on video with clients and they're at their home location with their pets, do you use their own pet as a therapy modality? Like, teach them how to utilize their pet as a therapeutic modality?
Absolutely, Ray. So there was a medical study where they took blood from people when they came home and greeted their animals, and they took blood also from the animals. And it's been proven that your oxytocin increases in you and your animal. So of course that's our feel good hormone, and
pets have emotions.
Yes, they do. Absolutely.
They respond like you are.
Yeah, so I'll tell them, when you transition home, take that second. Don't just bypass the animal. Stop. And I'll teach mindful breathing. Match your pet's breath. Transition into the home. Anytime even with panic attacks, go sit down, match your animal's breath, pet them, and it's good for both of you. And they love to hear that, oh, really? So it's good for my pet too. So a lot of people won't do things for themselves, but they will do something for their pets. So yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's kind of like therapy for children. I think it's so important to teach parents how to counsel their children, how to do the parallel play, and do play therapy techniques with their children, because they're the ones that are most important to their kids, not us, right? Like, they're with them for life, and, every day. So same thing with the pet, utilizing making their own home environment and day-to-day therapeutic, and kind of eliminating those things that happen in life that distance themselves from their own feelings and connection and all that kind of stuff, like you said, rather than walking home and ignoring the dog or seeing the dog as a task, which is actually harmful for a person's well-being, helping them make that shift. And if you weren't on video with them, you may never see that or have that opportunity the way you do on video.
Absolutely. And you can tell also a lot about family dynamics by the way people treat their animals as well.
Uh-huh.
So that you could get a lot of insight into the home, and even start talking about their pet history. And so you can get insight into maybe their attachment styles too. So lots of therapeutic work that you can, store here for later sessions by watching their interactions with their animals.
And then you probably point out the parallel process between that relationship with their pets and that relationship with other people, and helping them make the healthy transition with their pets and then transition over to with people in their life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And pets are a little bit easier. They're not so complicated.
Yes, the unconditional love, the positive regard,
Yeah, they're very forgiving, at least it seems.
Absolutely.
Tolerant, usually.
Yes.
They do have different temperaments, though. Yeah. And how has it been beneficial for your clients, or has it been, the fact that you offer online services rather than just to in person at your office?
Yes, very beneficial. I have clients, for example, that due to medical issues are homebound. I've had single parents, male and female, that find it very difficult to be able to, after work, to be able to get a sitter, go to see a client, a therapist, come back home, and so and also clients that have panic attacks, that struggle at first to leave the home. We still set goals to be able to leave. In fact, I have one online client that one of her goals is to come see me face to face too. So
it would be my goal after seeing Chloe.
Yes.
So
that's what she's doing. Actually,
if I didn't want to interact with people because of anxiety and stuff, but I saw Chloe time after time on video, it'd be my goal to get to your office. Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening. Chloe is really bonded. Chloe, I found, is wonderful with depressed clients, because she's just a big goofball, and clients will just see her face, watch her play, and you can see on screen just their faces light up, and they start baby talking. Oh, Chloe, where's Chloe? And Chloe too will hear their voice and come to the screen, and they like that. That, oh wow, she's reacting to my voice. I was like, yeah, she heard you.
You ought to train her. Maybe you have trained her to come when the video kicks on, or when people call her through the speaker.
Yeah, she's very treat motivated. I keep treats right beside me.
Yes. So I wonder if there probably isn't any research on there. If there's not, someone ought to do it on retention and like no-shows. So having, Chloe or Betsy, one of your therapeutic pets in the session, be a motivator for people to show up to session.
Yes, there actually are some studies that it does increase attendance. I rarely have clients cancel. Very rarely. And it's all about, you cannot have an ego and be an animal assisted therapist, because people, they ask first online for the dog. You better have the dog.
It's like, let me get out of the way.
Absolutely. They have to have their moment in bonding with the animal, and then we can get into therapy. Always. Yes.
Oh yeah. That is really neat. I love it.
Yes.
So for those interested, if you watching are interested in receiving therapy from Christina, her contact information, how to contact her, will be in the details of this video. And Christina, you are licensed in what states, or is it just North Carolina?
Just North Carolina.
Great. So anyone, if you're watching this and you're in the state of North Carolina, you have Christina available for animal assisted therapy wherever you are in the state, through the benefits of video conferencing. So thank you very much, Christina. Greatly appreciate the work that you're doing and all of your insights, and sharing some of the competencies with us. And I encourage those that are interested in adding this to their practice, because it really is a fantastic added benefit if you have a pet that is appropriate for animal assisted therapy, I encourage you to get training. And Christina provides trainings throughout the country. So you could look up her schedule and attend one of those. So thanks a lot, Christina.
You're welcome.
Yep. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.